Hello everyone. Now in this video we will be discussing about division of periodic table into S, P and D blocks on the basis of electronic configuration. So as you already know that modern periodic table has been divided into four parts. First part is this, second part, third part and fourth part. So as already discussed in the modern periodic table, I hope you might be remembering that these two lines, they make your S block, right? As S subshell, you are already knowing there are four kind of subshells, SPDF, and their electron holding capacity is like 2, 6, 10 and 14. So the total number of electron holding capacity is equal to number of lines, or you can say number of columns, the vertical columns. The number of vertical columns in the particular block is equal to the number of electrons the particular shell can hold. So as you know, S subshell can hold 2 electrons. That is why S block has 2 vertical lines, or these vertical lines or columns are called as groups. So S block is having 2 groups, that is first and second group. Now the second group is, or the second block is your P block. So as you know, P subshell can hold 6 electrons maximum. That is why here there are 6 the columns, and I will number them once I talk about the D block, because it is in transition position. Transition position matlab it is in between S and P. That is why first let us discuss about D. So D can hold maximum 10 electrons. That is why your D block is consisting of these 10 lines, right? So first and second group is already done with S block. So it's a common sense that from here we will start with third group. So D block का पहला group कौन सा है? Third group. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So the group number 3 to 12, if you count, these are the 10 groups. So D block is having 10 groups numbering from 3 to 12, right? And now comes the P block, which is situated after D block on the extreme right hand side of the periodic table. See, there are 3, or I should say 4 parts of the periodic table. This is the middle part, which is D block. This is the extreme left, because it is on the left side of me, so it could be called as extreme left side of the periodic table. This is on the right side of mine, so extremely right side of the periodic table. या आप अपना लेफ्ट राइट ना देख के डी ब्लॉक का लेफ्ट राइट देख लें. डी ब्लॉक इज एग्जैक्टली इन बिटवीन, सैंडविच्ड बिटवीन एस एंड पी. वो एस और पी के बीच में फंसा हुआ है, राइट? तो डी ब्लॉक इज इन बिटवीन एस एंड पी. तो डी के लेफ्ट में एस है और डी के राइट में पी है. सो एस वॉज 1 and 2 group, D was 3 to 12. So P, as it is coming after D, will be from where to where? 13, starting from 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and last is 18th group. So this is how the periodic table has 18th group. You already know, as you have watched the video of modern periodic table, wherein we have discussed in how many these blocks and groups and periods the periodic table is divided, and I have told you there that there are in total 18 groups and 7 periods. So our motive here is not to discuss about the number of groups and periods, but our motive is to discuss how the periodic table is divided into these 4 blocks, and we will understand the general electronic configuration of the elements which are kept in these blocks. So I told you there are 4 locations in the periodic table. Middle, D block. Left side of D block is S block. Right side of D block is P block. And out of the body of the periodic table, that is lower side, is your F block. So F subshell can accommodate maximum of 14 electrons. So that block will have 14 columns and each will contain 14 elements. So the first line will contain 14 elements and the second also will contain 14 elements. Now getting back to the idea that on what basis these groups and periods are divided or blocks are given. So as we already know, if any element is put in S block, so it's a common sense that its last electron, that is the valence electron, enters in S subshell. That is why. Okay, so your S orbital, or you can say your S subshell, if it is filled, and or you can say if the S subshell is receiving the last electron, that is the valence electron for any particular element, then that element will fall in S block. Similarly, if any element is receiving the last electron in P subshell, that is valence electron is filled in P subshell, that element will fall in P block. You can take any example and can check accordingly. Now we will discuss the general electronic configuration of these blocks. So if any element is in S block, either this line or this line, it will have a general electronic configuration NS122, where N is equal to number of shell or the principal quantum number that you already know. Fine. So if your element is falling in P block, then the configuration will be NS2 NP126. Why 126? Because electrons are gradually filled like P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, so on, like this. If your element is falling in D block and you are supposed to write its electronic configuration, then all the elements which fall under D block, they have a general expression. General electronic configuration क्या होता है? वो electronic configuration जो उस ब्लॉक में आने वाले सारे एलिमेंट्स पर एप्लीकेबल हो. तो आंसर है the configuration which is general electronic configuration for all the D block elements is N-1D 1 to 10 NS 0 to 2. Now what is the electronic configuration? General electronic configuration for F block elements. So if any element is of F block, its general electronic configuration is represented by N-2 F1 to 14 N-1D 0 to 1 NS2. So this is called as general electronic configuration. What is the meaning of general electronic configuration? It means any element which falls in these blocks respectively will follow the given electronic configuration. Now I hope this much is clear, and you can see something like N-1, N-2 written over here. So what it is actually called as? So basically in D block elements, we know that the NS shell is already filled and the filling is taking place in the last second shell, right? Last second. Like if I take an example that 4s is getting filled or it is already filled, say suppose the configuration of zinc I want to write, or say iron if I want to write, the atomic number for iron is 26. So 4s2 means 20 electrons and 6 electrons which are left will go in 3d. So how I got 3d? N is 4, that is why 4s2. So if I keep the value of n as 4, I will get 4 minus 1 as 3. So when ns is filled as fourth subshell, then you will get d as n minus 1. Right? Yani this is called as last second shell. Last second shell is filled for the elements which fall in D block. Okay? That is also called as penultimate shell. Penultimate मतलब बाहर से एक अंदर, जिसको आप लास्ट सेकेंड बोलते हो इंग्लिश में. ठीक है? और if we talk about F block element, if supposingly your filling is taking place in 6s, then D is always last second. So last second का मतलब क्या हुआ? 6 minus 1, that is 5. So D क्या चल रहा होगा? 5D. और if D is 5, then F क्या चल रहा होगा? n minus 2. तो n is what? 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. So 4f 1 to 14. So this is last what? Third. पीछे से अंदर की तरफ तीसरी शेल फिल हो रही है और यहाँ पीछे से या बाहर से अंदर की तरफ सेकेंड शेल फिल हो रही है. तो डी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स में कौन सी शेल फिल होती है? उसे कहते हैं पेनल्टीमेट शेल. पेनल्टीमेट शेल. पेनल्टीमेट वर्ड का मतलब होता है लास्ट सेकेंड. लास्ट सेकेंड इंग्लिश में बोलते हैं और इंग्लिश की टर्मिनोलॉजीज यूजुअली हम यूज नहीं करते. वी हैव आवर ओन chemistry oriented terminologies devised for our own subject. So last second शब्द को हम केमिस्ट्री की लैंग्वेज में पेनल्टीमेट बोलते हैं. ठीक है, बाहर से दूसरी. और यहां पर क्या है? बाहर से तीसरी चल रही है. ये भर चुकी है 6s, 5d भर चुका है. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर फिल्ड इन 4f. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए ये क्या हो रहा है? लास्ट सेकेंड, लास्ट थर्ड. So this is last third shell getting filled. Last third shell getting filled. तो last third shell के लिए the word used is anti-penultimate. So last third shell is which shell? Anti-penultimate shell. So for F block elements, the electrons are filled in anti-penultimate shell or last third shell, and for D block electrons are filled in last second shell, that is your penultimate shell. So I hope you have understood the meaning of penultimate and anti-penultimate words. And if this is clear, you will very well understand why while filling the electrons we use the term that electrons are filled in penultimate shell for D block, in anti-penultimate shell for F block. Now one more thing, the first line of S block is called as alkali metals. Alkali metals. The second line of S block is called as alkaline earth metals. So as in our syllabus we have S block as a chapter number 10th in the syllabus of class 11. So we will discuss about alkali metals and alkaline earth metals in detail in that chapter. Here just for the sake of information you should know कि S block की पहली लाइन alkali metals कहलाती है और दूसरी लाइन alkaline earth metal कहलाती है. आप ऐसा भी कह सकते हैं कि S block में ग्रुप 1 alkali metals कहलाता है और ग्रुप 2 alkaline earth metal कहलाता है. D block के जो एलिमेंट्स हैं या जो D block है वो एलिमेंट्स जो डी ब्लॉक में आते हैं दे आर कॉल्ड एज ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट्स. दे आर कॉल्ड एज ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट्स. ट्रांजिशन वर्ड का मतलब होता है इन बिटवीन. तो एज डी ब्लॉक इज इन बिटवीन एस एंड पी, तो इसके जितने भी एलिमेंट्स हैं वो किसके बीच में है? एस और पी के बीच में है. दैट इज वाई दे आर कॉल्ड एज ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट्स. एंड द एलिमेंट्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन पी ब्लॉक आर कॉल्ड एज representative elements. And the elements present in F block, the first line is called as lanthanides and the second line is called as actinides. So this is something which is very very important, because if you understand the outline of the periodic table well, these parts of the periodic table only are going to make chapters in class 11th and in class 12th also. So I hope you have understood the idea that the periodic table is divided into 4 blocks SPDF depending upon the last shell which is receiving the valence electron, and what are the different names of the elements which are found in these shells, and what number of groups are contained by particular blocks. Like S block has group 1 and 2, D block has groups from 3 to 12, and P block has group from 13 to what? 18. So I hope this is clear. Thank you for watching. Have a great time ahead.